What's up, party people? Evan Bogart here, Basement Podcast, coming at you live from my trailer park.
Basement Podcast. Those were the good old days. I was actually listening to, because I like to listen to the old podcasts, and I love those podcasts, the old ones with
All
those.
right, real quick.
Yeah.
Season 2, Episode 2. Let's get into it.
Okay. So this is the Bogart Podcast, and like Dave said, this is Episode 2 to Season 2. Call the show, 585-678-1660. So that's 585-678-1660. Email the show, theBogartPodcast@gmail.com.
Or LineRider720 at AOL.com.
Yes, that you will probably never hear from me on that one because that was my old school email on AOL. So
Speaking of that, email. So today, I was reading the news, and it was something for Florida. I can't remember exactly what the thing was. Oh, it was about daylight saving time. So they're like, tell us your thoughts about daylight saving time. So I put in Evan Bogart as my name and LineRider720. And I said, oh, what did I say? I said, I'm over it. And that was it.
yeah. So we got a show for you today, and I have a bunch of things. I don't know where my phone is now, but I remember it all in my head. So
Great.
So my friend, we do have an email.
Awesome. Let's get into that first and foremost.
You want to get into that? All
Yeah.
right. So the email said, I don't have my phone on me right now, but it was from our number one fan, Belinda.
Oh, that lady.
Belinda.
In Texas.
And she asked me, after I quit drinking, did Laura quit drinking? And what does Laura think about me not drinking anymore?
Oh, wow. Very thoughtful question.
So I was thinking about this, and I just remember when I was drinking, I would kind of act like a dick to Laura.
True.
And I didn't want to do that anymore. And that was one of the reasons why I stopped drinking as well. And Laura doesn't really drink too much anymore. She might have like a drink at dinner or something like that with her friends or something like that. But yeah, I don't think she doesn't. I mean, we used to pound beers back in the day. Like, when we play Power Hour and shit, we'd be bored. This was before we had dogs. So, we used to pound beers watching Power Hour and end up passing out on the couch and shit like that. So, so she doesn't really drink too much anymore.
Well, if you guys are wondering, I stopped drinking too. The reason why I stopped drinking because I'm better than everybody.
Yeah. So I wanted to do something real quick.
Okay.
It is, when this comes out, I think it's going to be around
Monday morning, 8 a.m. Listen to it on your driving to work.
what I thought it was coming out Wednesdays.
I don't know.
Anyways, it's going to be St. Patrick's Day.
Oh.
So I got,
That's like Friday.
what's that?
That's like next Friday.
Oh, is it? Well,
Yeah,
but by the time we record a new episode, but I have
Oh, why not? Oh.
0 alcohol Guinness. So I'm going to crack this open. And
It's a nice glass you got there. Show the viewers the glass.
and it's a Guinness glass.
Oh, fancy. Where'd you get that?
You gave it to me.
That's right. And don't you forget.
You gave me those whiskey glasses too.
Yeah.
But
I found my Jameson ones, and you're not getting those ones.
oh no, I still have all these liquor bottles filled with liquor, and I was gonna give it to Laura's mom, but I just haven't got around to it yet.
You know what? Just dump them down the drain and fill it up with iced tea.
Yeah.
No one will know.
Yeah. But
It's like old John Dunsworth when he was recording or filming all the episodes of our beloved TV show. If you guys don't know who John Dunsworth is, what's the fuck his name? What's the character's name that he played?
John's Dunsworth.
John Dunsworth from Trailer Park Boys. Leahy.
Jim Leahy, yeah.
Jim Leahy. He's her favorite TV show.
Yeah. I had to think about that for a minute. My brain's a little fogged today. But yeah, so I was thinking, while you talk about your week, I'll pour my
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
Has it been 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a week we took because you were busy last weekend, which you'll probably get into, but yeah, so I'm going to pour a glass while I pour.
For sure. You hold it at a 45-degree angle.
Should I pop it?
Not the cam, the glass. Yeah. Yeah. All right, now grab the glass. Hold it at a 45-degree angle. Hurry. 45-degree angle. Aggressively pour it in there. Lift the can up. Move the glass more of a 45-degree angle. Down. Why are you shaking so badly?
I don't know.
All right, now straighten it out. Straighten the glass out. Straighten it out. All right, stop. Nah, whatever. You just fucked it up. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But anyways.
All right, just finish off the can in there. Nope, don't drink it yet. Don't drink it.
Okay.
Don't you drink it.
Okay.
All right, finish pouring the can in there. All right, now let it settle.
Okay. I don't want to spill this. Okay.
Just set it down.
Oh, okay.
Just let us finish its thing for like, I don't know, a couple, 2-3 minutes. So yeah.
And the other thing too is that we are doing a video podcast, which you can see on YouTube at
www.youtube.com.
Yep, and just search.
And just search in the Bogart podcast.
Yep, just search the Bogart podcast, and you can watch the video version. So the audio version's kind of, you won't be able to understand some of the stuff we do. Yeah. So, how was your week, my friend?
All right. So last time we talked, I can't remember if we talked about it in the episode. I know that we've talked about it, you and I, like we always do. So about 2 Friday nights ago, really early in the morning, like midnight, 1 o'clock, homeboy upstairs, just like, because he's got the same apartment layout as we do, bedroom, one on both ends of the thing, right? Goes to our room, stomps really loudly. Goes into like what's above Harper's room, stomps really loudly, wakes us up. Did that on purpose, right? So we go, like we were both sick for like a week and a half. I don't know what it was. So I always would get sick in February around like the same time. So like last year, it was like literally the day after my birthday. I was traveling for work. And I all of a sudden felt like shit on the plane. I was like super congested that whole week. Fast forward a year, in a week, it happened to me again. So anyhow, we're like just super out of it, It wakes us up. First thing in the morning, we go down to the office. 'Cause we're just like, we're over it. We're livid, right? We didn't end up calling the courtesy officer. We just because we were just out of it. So we go and talk to the lady at the office because there's no managers that work on the weekend. Long story short, we were just like fuming about it all day, and I can't remember how it went. If the manager or the leasing person told us that the dude's getting evicted. All right. So we're just like super paranoid because the dude, he's just like, he has a temper, right? Always screaming, right? So we got some security cameras.
Okay.
'Cause we didn't feel safe. We hooked him up on the back porch, to see if he throws anything down at our stuff, and we're out on our front door. Also we're in a building, and all to get to other people's doors, you're just in a hallway type of thing, so it's not outside or anything. So yeah, we put up a security camera, front door and in the back, and we're just super paranoid that he's gonna come down here and try to do something. I slept with a gun on our nightstand, and so homeboy, is gone, and it's been quiet ever since.
Nice.
So that was that 2 weeks ago. And then, yeah, we're just, doing that. I didn't go to the gym at all for like 2 weeks, but I still closed all my circles, on my Apple Watch because I'm better than people. And then last Friday was the CB ball.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know what the CB ball is, it was the ball, right, for our CB birthday,
Mhm.
March 5th, 1942 or 41. I think it's 42. Yeah, you can Google it. So it was so lame. It was so lame.
Was it?
I guess, yeah, it was so lame. So, we dressed up in our dress blues, and my wife, she, texted one of her coworkers, like, hey, what's the ribbons situation? It's like, oh, you wear your mini medals. We're like, oh, fuck. So this is like 10, 20 minutes before we're supposed to leave. And we don't have the miniature medals. We just have like the full-size medals. And so we're fuck it. We'll just wear those. And we were the only ones there with the full-size medals, and everybody else was wearing their miniature ribbons. But it was so lame. There was 75 people there, so they sold 75 tickets, and there's way more many. So basically, this CB ball is just for officers and retirees, and there was let's see, 1, 2, including my wife, 4 other people from her command, plus her AOIC. If you don't know, the AOIC is assistant officer in charge, and that dude is an E7 or an E8 senior chief. So there was just seven enlisted people plus their spouses, and yeah, it was
Kind of lame.
crapshoot. There were 5 door prizes. Because I remember this was about 5 years ago. Didn't go to the CB ball because my wife was super pregnant, and it was all my friends were there. They went to it. They had an awesome time. It's like, man, I want to go one more time before we're out of here, out of a military town, and it'll be awesome. But it wasn't awesome. And I remember my buddies telling me somebody in their whole group of friends, which I guess was my group of friends, won a TV and all this stuff, and it was just an awesome time, and real camaraderie building thing, as far as your higher up leadership, want to get to know you, so they go to the bar and put the credit card down, all right guys, all the drinks are on me tonight, type of thing. But yeah, we didn't even drink at this one, because we're sober people now. But yeah, it sucked. It was lame.
Yeah.
Maybe at the 100th year, so it's 82 years, so we got 18 more to go, and it's a really huge one, right? But they had 2 years of fundraising to do.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even at a cool place in Gulfport. They're always at the casinos. This was at one of the places on the other base, which is super out of the way for all the people that are CBs. So yeah, it was a bore fest.
I remember back in the day, when Laura was working at a daycare, they would have a gala, and they were fun. It was more of a silent auction. They had a bunch of things, and I've never went to a silent auction before, so I found
those are easy.
Yeah,
you just you put down, you guess how much they are, and it ends up you guesstimate, and then that's how you win everything.
Well, no, I think that's the gala that I went to, people would put down a number. They'll be $5, and then you can put down $10, and whoever spends the highest on that item wins the item. So there was a candle, and I was I want to see if I can win this. So
did you win it?
No, I didn't. Someone had a big pocket, because every time I went to go see how much or see if I won, someone outbid me every time, and
by 1 penny.
Yes, $5, 1 penny.
$5.01.
So
yeah.
I was trying to win this candle. I was I really want to win something here. So
was it one of those diamond candles.
Oh,
where
I
there
don't
could be
know.
a diamond in it.
I don't remember. It was I think it was just a scented candle, and I think it sold for $25. But
And 1 penny.
but some dick, I remember, there was a cruise that you could win, and someone wrote $1 million on the paper, and
God.
they were like, all right, whoever did this was not respecting the gala.
Let's get this
Yeah,
asshole out
so
of here.
it was someone dick move there. But yeah, I mean, like, I would like to go back to a silent auction because I have that bug to win something, but I don't. We don't go anywhere anymore, and especially in the wintertime. And yeah, so
yeah.
but yeah, so you went to you went to your gala
The CB
or
ball,
CB ball,
not a gala.
yeah.
'Cause we had, you get these schmucks, these high-ranking officers tell us the history that we already know, and it's all this bullshit. It's like, yeah, get on with it. And then we just had a dinner, which was not that great, and so it's like for 2 hours we're just sitting at the table, and then like afterwards is when the the dancing and all that stuff happens. But like, what sucks is like women, military women, they can't wear a dress to the ball.
Yeah, they
right?
gotta wear the
It's just
whole.
like, they got to wear their uniform. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not what women want to do. They want to get dressed up and,
But it's true.
but, like, yeah, you can wear a dress after the official ceremony, but that official ceremony went on forever.
How did it?
And yeah, so we Harper was gonna stay the night. We forgot to pack her pull-ups, so we're like, hey, you know what? We're leaving this early. If she wants, we can go pick her up. So we went and picked her up. Went home. And Saturday, our friends from Georgia were coming into town. We went and got an Airbnb, and that wasn't the greatest time ever. Also, it was like in the hood, but like it just seems like it's us, right? Me and Jess, that like it's always the noise in the middle of the night. So it was a duplex type of thing. We had the bottom half, and some other people had the top half. It's like 1:00 in the morning. They're throwing a party, really loud music, screaming and hollering. So just contacted the Airbnb host, and then the music stopped. Went outside, but I could still hear them because I heard a woman screaming and a guy yelling at her, all this stuff, and then the next morning the guy was like, "How did everything go your first night? If you need anything, please let me know." So that's like a pre-recorded auto send type of message. So yeah, long story short, it's like we complained, but luckily they were gone the next day.
Okay.
And we didn't have anybody above us for the rest of the time that we were there. So I can't remember exactly what all this, like the stuff she was talking about, but the dude said he was going to talk to them. And so we didn't know if it was like someone that lived upstairs or if it was an Airbnb guest. Because like the dude's rules are like, there's absolutely no disturbing the neighbors.
Yeah.
Or you will be kicked out immediately. So like, what the fuck is this? We're like, we got a bunch of little kids, 6 through, 6, 5, and 3, who are just like, want to have a good time. They're running and screaming, and we're trying to like, have them be quiet, when we're there. And
Yeah.
but anywho, we got a partial refund.
Nice. Well, I'm not nice
yeah,
about
so
the
I'm just
noise,
like,
but
it's like I'm over Airbnbs and I'm over apartments,
yeah, I think.
over living underneath people,
Yeah.
over, trying to tell the kid you can't walk or people are going to hear you and complain. Because also, I can't remember. So they were here, our friends were here till Tuesday midday because they came down for a concert. We told them to come early, bring the kids, Herman would love to see you guys and all this. And so one of the days, I think it was Monday, we went to the pool here because the day before we went to the beach and my buddy got super fried. And then so his wife and daughter and his mother-in-law, they stayed back at the place and took a nap when we came to the pool. When she got here, she had a car in the parking garage, so she was dealing with that. And then, so it was like in the middle of the day. And I get a phone call. I'm like, hey, David, it's Sam down in the leasing office. I was like, are you home? I'm like, yeah, why? It's like, we got a noise complaint from you about you.
Oh, no.
It's like, what? It's in the middle of the day. It's like the dude downstairs working from home. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the day. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. Really?
Now, do they have, or does your apartment complex have quiet hours, right?
Yeah. It starts at 10:00 at night.
Oh, okay.
To 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Or 7 in the morning.
Yeah, that's...
So we're just like,
Fuck.
I'm just over it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
And then, the rest of the week. And here we are.
Damn, dude.
I almost purchased a guitar today. Well, I don't really say I almost purchased a guitar today. The website that I'm always looking, reverb.com. So there's this one seller, the Gibson Demo Shop. They release new stuff every Tuesday and Thursday at like 11 a.m. And there's a couple guitars on there that caught my eye. And then today, when I was just cruising, I saw this ad for them saying that things are up to 30% off. So I'm like, oh, cool, what do they got? So, but it's funny because like I showed this one guitar to my cousin. It's like, yeah, man, I've always, like, as of recently, really wanted to get a Les Paul custom with P90s because that'd be awesome. So I saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's expensive. So this was yesterday, because today's Friday, yesterday was Thursday, and like, I didn't even notice the price of what that guitar was. And then I, saw that they were on sale today, like 30% off. So like, oh damn, it's like, look at that, it's on sale. I was like, well, wow, that's really cheap now. But then this other guitar, the Silver Burst, I'm like, oh man, that's nice looking. It's like $2,800. Well, I'm gonna round up $2,900. I'm like, yeah, I want to max out that credit card and get it, but I didn't. I wanted to go look at it again. It was sold. That's like a great way for them to get rid of the stuff, because like they get like hundreds of things at a time and no one's buying anything because it's just so expensive. So they'll, on occasion, put stuff on sale and people just buy it right up. And that's about it.
Damn, dude. So one question. Do you...
Oh, wait. And we've officially are out of here on a certain day because we signed a thing. Like we gave them the letter a letter of our intent to leave, and they're trying to get us to say, and they're like, nope. And they send us the paperwork that we have to sign, and they have to sign. So that's all done. Now we just got to find a place to live.
Yeah. You got time still, though. I mean, to find a place.
60 days.
60 days.
60 days.
Yep.
As of tomorrow, is 60 days our lease is up.
Nice. Get the hell out of there. I just remember back in the day when I was living in the apartment complex in Farmington. We talked about this before, but I just remember me and my buddies, we would just be up until like 3 a.m. drinking beers, making so much noise. But I did not get one noise complaint. Not one.
Not having any respect for other people.
Yeah. Well, I was young and dumb, but now I'm old and like quiet time. So.
Yeah, it's like you hear someone pull your driveway. Who's in my driveway?
And the other thing too is that when our neighbors that are on the right side of us, they'll come home drunk. They'll usually argue, but they'll usually argue for like 10 minutes and then they'll just either pass out or go to bed. But when we first moved in, they were just every night. It would just seem like a shouting match. And one time they got or their dog died.
Oh no!
And the lady was running around the yard, the little lot that's between our trailer and their trailer, and she was just going hysterical. And Laura got up and was like, "Is everything okay?" And she's like, I think she told Laura to fuck off. And And so Laura called the police, and
Okay.
I have the old footage of my Ring camera when the cops came, and they just said if she comes back again, just call the police again and they'll take care of it. So, but yeah, I mean, but they haven't been that crazy in the while.
Now, is this people on the right when you're looking at it,
If you're looking at the front of my trailer,
or when you're in your driveway?
it's
Is it on the right?
so if you're looking at the trailer, like going into, like, yeah, the front of the trailer. If you look to the right, the little dinky trailer that's made in 1960. So
The one before you, not after you.
yeah. No, the other side neighbors, he's awesome. Marty, he's a great guy. We help each other out when we need to. And he, sometimes when I have like expensive packages on the porch, I'll call him and be like, hey man, can you just grab it for me and I'll pick it up when I get home from work? He's like, yeah, sure. So he's an awesome dude.
Cool.
And yeah, so but yeah, so
So, what's up with you?
not much. Oh, one more thing before we get to my week. What kind of cameras did you get for your place?
Oh, Blink.
Is that Amazon?
An Amazon. Yeah.
Amazon. Now, is it a
Yeah.
good quality video and stuff, or is it decent?
I guess.
Because I got a Google Nest for my
Okay.
shed, and I love it. The only thing that sucks is that all these new cameras, you have to buy a monthly subscription
Yeah.
to save the videos, like in a library.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that kind of sucks a little bit.
With this, we had like a 30-day free trial. I don't know if we're going to keep them or send them back because we only had it up for a week until that guy was out of here.
I would say keep them for your new place, just for security reasons. Porch pirates
give
and
'em-
shit.
Give it to my mom so she can put it at her business.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what they need to get is some security cameras.
security cameras. Now, does your mom still cut hair?
No, she never cut hair. They have a wedding venue.
Oh, wedding venue. Yeah.
She used to do nails.
Because I remember back in the day,
Before that, she was a receptionist, and before that, a receptionist, and before that, a waitress, and before that, I don't know, school, like high school, and yeah, that's her whole life.
yeah. So my week, yeah, I had a stomach bug.
Oh no, what do you think it was? Food poisoning?
No, I think it was just something I picked up at the hospital. So I was working, and the morning, I remember going to work, but I don't remember from cleaning the residents' rooms all the way asking my boss to leave. I don't remember any of it. It was just a big,
Oh man,
it was just a big blur because I was so dehydrated and just so sick. I was really sick. And so my boss was like, well, why don't you go outside, get some air, go to Laura's car, sit down, relax. I just puked all in the parking lot, just massive amount of puke. And it was right next to my boss's car. So
Oh, jeez.
when I came back in, I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta go home. I cannot work in like this. And when I get sick and I start throwing up, I start my anxiety. So that when a panic attack happens. And so, yeah, it was just bad news bears like the whole time I was doing that. But yeah, I worked today. I worked doing trash and linen. It was just, I walked a shitload today. I think I walked 6 miles today, but I subtract a mile because it picks up the watch I have. It picks up my arm movement and counts as a step. So I subtract a mile out of it, and so
I want to stop you right there. So you said you get your anxiety coming right
Mhm.
whenever you puke. So Talking about guitars, right? I'm always looking at guitars, right? Looking to see if I can find any deals or whatever. And there's this one, I don't want to call it a model. So it's with the Gibson guitars also. They came out with this line called the G series, the Generation series.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one specific guitar, the Gibson G-Bird, as it's called. And I think it just looks so awesome. So I emailed them. It was a while ago. I was like, hey, do you guys ever plan on making this one left-handed like you do with the rest of the G series? So their email response was something like, we currently do not have this available in left-handed. Like, that's not the question I asked, but whatever. So anywho, on Reverb, and then there's this one, the G200 that they have, which is, jumbo with a cutaway. And there's these two sellers that are selling it out in New Jersey from a music retail place. So I go to the website to see if they have any like scratch and dent deals or anything, but they don't. But they have this verbiage on when you click on the guitar. It says like, price too low to print. Call now to get the deal. So I'm like, so I don't like making phone calls, right? Because I just get like super high anxiety, and it's like, oh God, I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk to anybody. So I use the chat that every website has, right? And I'm like, hey, blah 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 blah. What's the special price? And they're like, to find out the special price, please call a representative. I'm like, fine, okay. That's what I wrote. So the next day I called them, just like, oh God, what am I going to say? And just like, I guess anxiety through the roof.
Yeah.
So I told them, hey, on your website it says that, call for the special price on this specific guitar. So what's the price of this guitar? And I'm like, okay, what's your name? And I didn't tell them what my name was. And they're like, what's your name again? Sorry. It's like, oh, it's David. I'm like, okay, David, do you have an account with us? Nope, I don't. Like, okay. So he's just like I don't want to say taking his time, but blah, 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 doing his thing. He's like, okay, it looks like we can do this price. It's like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was like $1,700 at MSRPs for two. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, you want to get that now? I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to think about it and I'll call you back. But no, I'm not going to get it. But
Yeah.
just like my anxiety just through the roof. Like, oh God, I don't know how to talk to people on the phone.
I sometimes do is,
So what's the deal with millennials? It's like, why don't we like talking to people on the phone? We'd rather just do stuff on a text message.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And speaking of which, right? So last Friday, my mom's like, hey, here's this guy's number. He's got places for rent. Give him a call. And she like screenshotted his number and this post that he wrote about, a place. And it says in the post to, contact him via text.
Mm-hmm.
We all think, God, I don't have to talk to anybody. So that's what I did. I reached out to him via text message. It's been a week. Haven't heard anything from him. And that's our sign that we're not going to do business with that guy.
Yeah.
So, okay. And what's the deal with, millennials and having anxiety when they got to go talk on the phone?
Now, so,
Let us know in the comments below.
yeah. But I sometimes do when I have to call people to ask them a question. I'll write it down, like word for word, what I'm going to say. And so I'll read it, like I'll write a paragraph and be like, hey, my name is Evan Bogart. I need to know information about this, this, and this. And then after that, I'll just kind of wing it. But sometimes I write it down just so I have like an outline of what kind of question I'm about to ask.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that in a while though. So I think when I was working from home, my social anxiety was worse because I was never around people. I was always at home. But now, since I've worked at the hospital, it's just, now I'm a social butterfly. So
yeah, that's like how I am because I've been a stay-at-home parent for almost 5 years.
Yeah. So
oh, how is that?
this,
Yeah,
that's good.
I completely forgot that you had it.
It tastes like watered down Guinness.
You didn't show everybody how it looked after it settled. Had a nice head. Now it's all dranked up.
Yeah. It just tastes like watered down Guinness. Like any alcohol, non-alcoholic beer. But yes, and so
Continue on with your week.
I was
2 weeks.
so I don't know how I came up when I was looking through Facebook, but there's another podcast in Bloomfield. Another person.
Oh, yeah? Who is it? Do we need to go beat him up?
I mean,
We're the only podcast in this town, motherfucker.
yeah, we're the number one podcast in Ontario County and Bloomfield. But it was Mutant League Football Podcast.
Mutant League Football Podcast.
I think it's a video game. No,
It sure sounds like a football podcast.
no, because I listened to his latest episode, and they were just talking about how, like, he had an interview with some guy that was a developer for the Mutant Football League. I was like, listened to about 10 minutes of it, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. So,
And I'm sure that's what people are like, if there's any listeners.
Yeah.
It's like these two fucking jambronis.
Sober jabronis. Yeah, so I was like, Mutant Football League, and I was,
Hey, man, you want to be on my... It's like, you want me to produce your show for you?
yeah, really, I'll edit, we'll do video podcasting, you could pay me how much you want. So, yeah.
You tell them I would be glad to work within your budget.
Yeah, there you go. So, I had, so there's this, okay, so there was this ad on Facebook too for a topless maid. Now,
So you replied?
no,
obviously.
I didn't reply, but
Uh-huh.
they talked about this on the radio. I guess this maid goes to your house, cleans your house topless, but she makes $300 an hour plus $150 in tips, and she has to cut her security guard. So there's a guy that's in the house while this girl is cleaning your house topless, and he gets 35%. So it's just, I don't know.
This is like, okay, so like, here's my thing with that. Okay, you shouldn't be paying for that guy too, you know? This individual, you know, that dude's working for her, right?
Yeah.
So that's like, it goes with like, the only thing that I know, I don't even know it, you know, the music business, like bands out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go play a venue. The venue takes, you know, X amount of percentage out of their merchandise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for doing nothing, you know, it's like why the fuck we gotta pay you 20% of our merch sales? And like, well, I gotta pay my sound guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's your problem. That's not our problem.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so
Yeah, it's just, you got to think about this. $300 an hour. So let's say she stays for 3 hours. That's
oh god, that's a
$900 plus, you know, the $150 tip.
I wouldn't tip. You know,
Well, I think I don't know how it works, and she could be like dancing while cleaning and all that kind of shit. That's how she makes her tips on the side. But I mean, it's why don't you just go to a strip club with a bunch of ones and save the money? I mean, I guess it's from the comfort of your own house, you know?
yeah.
So I guess you got to pay the price for luxury.
You should send me the ad.
Yeah, I had it screenshot on my phone, which I don't, and I'll pop up a picture of the ad. I'll put it on while you're watching this on YouTube. I'll put it up. But
Are there any tatas in the ad?
no.
No.
No. But I just, it's so crazy. You got to have a lot of money to fucking pay that much. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to be really rich.
So you trying to do that?
No.
Hire a topless maid?
No. No. So, Okay, and so on the topic of Facebook, I joined the Canandaigua Facebook page.
Okay.
I posted a ad.
But you don't live in Canandaigua.
Well, I mean,
you live in Bloomfield.
I lived in Canandaigua for years, but I joined the Canandaigua Facebook page and I posted a link to our podcast there, and they kicked me out of the group.
Oh, no. Yeah, I can see that happening.
I think because I used the word fuck in the description, because I was like, oh, well, check out the description of the episode, and I used the word fuck, and they kicked me out. But I found a Canandaigua 2020 page, and I post everything there, and they don't take it down.
That's because probably no one sees it. But don't do any bad language in a thing.
No, I did. I think I learned from my mistakes. So
it's like I haven't been on the Facebook in years, but like a bunch of years ago, I joined a bunch of left-handed guitar groups, and they have like they're all like a couple of them are private, and they have like guidelines that they want you to follow. And you definitely
probably fucked it.
Did not obey those guidelines. Or it's like probably for posting a link to the podcast and for swearing and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but
is there a Bloomfield page?
Yep, and I post things there too. And yeah, so
is there like a podcast of upstate New York?
No, I don't think there is, but there is. Well, there's a podcast movement. And I've learned a lot of stuff through that. And they're having one a convention in August that I really want to go to, but I'm probably
where
in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
So
yeah, you should do it.
I think I might,
Mr. Moneybags. Now that you're spending money as fast as you make it.
Yeah. But yeah. So, what else did I wanted to talk about? I think that's it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to have a word from our sponsor, and we got another movie review.
Oh, cool.
He saw Creed 3.
Oh, cool.
So I've never seen the Creed series. I really want to
I saw the first one.
Did you?
I can't remember if I saw the second one or
Is
not.
it good?
Honestly, I don't remember.
If it's like the Rocky movies, I'll probably love them because I love the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back right after this.
Why am I seeing W all over my feed? And how is it different than any other energy drink? W is one of very few energy drinks that contains Neurofactor, a nootropic derived from coffee fruit. It also does not contain any fillers, maltodextrin, or artificial colors. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. If you want to try a tub for yourself or pick up a starter pack, make sure to do it soon. They sell out fast.
Hey everybody, Jesse again, and back again this week for yet another review. And this week I'm reviewing Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut, Creed 3. Jordan returns as the titular Adonis Creed, son of the legendary Apollo Creed, who has decided to retire from boxing at the ripe old age of early to mid-30s to focus on his family and establish a boxing promoting empire. However, after a few years have passed, Donnie's domesticated lifestyle gets upended when a close friend from the past, Damien, played by Jonathan Majors, resurfaces after a stint in jail and is hungry to obtain the life he felt that he was entitled to and that Donnie took. When Donnie sees Dame fight dirty and realizes that Dame manipulated him to take the world champion title, he exits the comfy life of retirement, returns to the ring, and confronts the demons of his past that he tried to forget in order to put Dame back in his place. For a directorial debut, Jordan absolutely nails this movie out of the park. I absolutely love the Creed movies to begin with, and they are the epitome of legacy sequels done perfectly. Just like how Creed 2 was, what if Rocky 4 were actually a good movie? Creed 3 does the same by taking some of the bare basic elements of Rocky 5 and turning that into an excellent movie. I'm excited to see what Jordan can do in the future, and if you're listening, James Gunn, Get this man behind the camera for Static Shock and other milestone properties. The cast in this movie is amazing as well. Jordan continues to be great in the title role, supported by Tessa Thompson, who plays his wife Bianca, Felicia Rashad as Donnie's adopted mother Marianne, and introducing us to Mila Davis Kent as Donnie and Bianca's daughter Amara. But just like with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Jonathan Majors steals the show as the antagonist Diamond Damian Anderson. Majors is easily the best antagonist of the entire Rocky Creed franchise has given us. There is no Sylvester Stallone as Rocky Balboa this time around, but this is Donnie's story, not Rocky's. And aside from one small tragic scene, there is absolutely no part in this movie where Rocky is needed, and would have actually been a distraction from the story if he were in this movie. The franchise has moved well beyond Rocky Balboa. Creed 3 also delivers some of the best boxing bouts in the series as well, thanks to the anime influences Jordan brings to the movie. Jordan proudly wears his anime nerdiness on his sleeves, and he uses inspirations from a variety of anime, such as Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Akira, to perform the boxing matches on screen, and they are a blast to watch while being emotionally engaging. The audience was gripped in theaters, cheering and shouting as if they were watching a real boxing match on DAZN or Showtime, and I absolutely loved seeing their reactions throughout the movie. Unlike most movies in the theater, Creed 3 is fun to see other people get animated and excited, just as if we were watching a real boxing match in the arena. The movie also does a great job at its necessary emotional moments, such as Donnie using American Sign Language to communicate with his deaf daughter, and there is also one scene that almost brought me to tears. My only complaints, even though Rocky would have been a distraction for 99.99% of the movie, there is one small scene where Stallone should have appeared, and it's a shame that the behind-the-scenes nonsense prevented that. There's also some extremely iffy green screen at the very end. But aside from those two very, very minor nitpicks, this movie is freaking fantastic. I give Creed 3 a 5 out of 5.
And we're back. So, but yeah, so I mean, it's winter is here, and there is a
Talking about it's almost springtime.
I know, and we had a snowstorm today that was I think it's still snowing out. When I went outside, it was probably like 2 inches.
Yeah, so there's like 2 other places that I have on my weather app, right?
Mm-hmm.
My hometown and where Jess's parents live.
Okay.
And sometime within the past 2 weeks, back home got like 8 inches.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah.
Right? So you guys got hammered with snow too, probably?
Yep.
Sometime within the last 2 weeks, and then you guys are getting hammered again?
Yep. And
I was like, my cousin texted me today. He's like, it's a fucking blizzard out there, and now Elena wants to go out and drive around. It's like, what'd you do? Figure out to drive in the snow?
yeah.
I don't know.
The one thing I love about snow is that when Maddie and Lucy poop, I don't really have to pick it up until the snow thaws, because it just gets buried in the snow, and so I don't have to worry about it. But once it fucking thaws out, it's like a poop minefield. It's just,
yeah, of course.
It's just, I have to spend like half hour just picking up poop.
Now that's when you hire the topless cleaner.
Yeah, the topless cleaner to pick up
to go clean up your dog shit. Oh man! So for $300, I'm really gonna put you to work.
Yeah, until the neighbors drive by and I'll get in trouble.
Well, I'm not honestly. I don't remember, but I could have sworn like it's legal for women in Ontario County to go topless.
Yeah, I heard that
like,
too.
I can't really remember that.
I heard that too. I don't know, because someone said, we went to high school with someone, I won't name their name, but I guess they used to run naked down the road.
Cool.
Not the road, but topless.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, right. Like, this is stupid. Like, you cannot run topless down the road. It's just, a little kid sees it, and then they tell their parents, and then those parents call the cops. It's just, I don't think that's true.
I think it is. I don't know.
I'll have to look it up, and then we'll talk about it on the next podcast. But
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it's snowing here and it's gloomy and yeah, so
Going out skiing tomorrow?
nah, my
You should.
skis I got to get them tuned up. They're
What do you mean?
cuz they're
They were fine. They were fine the one time last year.
yeah, but once they get a little rusty on the edges,
Once they sit.
yeah,
Well, you just take them a couple of runs, so they'll be shining right
yeah.
up.
But yep. So hopefully by in a couple weeks we finish the shed. We hopefully there'll be no snow, so we don't have to deal with that shit. But I bought a heater for the shed. Hopefully I want to test it out and make sure it works before it gets warm enough where I don't need it. But yeah, so
Are there windows on it?
no.
No.
If I wanted to get windows on it, it would cost me another like $1,000 or $2,000.
Oof,
Yeah,
damn.
so
I don't know.
I went with the option of no windows.
The windowless option.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So we're just gonna finish it up on March 30th, and then gonna paint, and then when you get back, we'll buy furniture and all that kind of good stuff. So, but
Yeah.
so anything you want to talk about this week?
No, that was about it. So I don't think I covered everything. Let me double check.
While you're checking, I gotta look for my phone.
Oh yeah. So like I had to go, get a refill of my prescription, even though like my prescription ran out. Right, I didn't have any more refills.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I called the people, and they put the request in, and then the request was approved. So they called like a Monday morning. Like, hey, this is so and so with so and so. Your prescription's been approved. You can go pick it up. I'm like, cool. Just pick it up whenever. Like, yep. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went to go pick up my prescription. You should move over this way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're out of the frame a little bit. So I go, pick up my prescription. It was like, fuck, man, I don't know, like 10 o'clock. I go, right? So it's a Monday, and it's ridiculous, right? So, like, you go to the place, you got to wear a mask. It's like, come on, it's fucking over with. We don't need to wear this bullshit. I have to, like, log in, right? And I grab a ticket, and it's like a fucking 2-hour wait before I'm even seen to, like, give them my ID. And like, okay, what do you need? And like, okay, all right, go have a seat. So it's like, it was like 4 hours. And I was like, oh my God, this is the worst. And then there was a dude there. So like Harper came with me and Jess was doing stuff. So like, it was like lunchtime. She came and picked her up. I took her to work while I'm just waiting. Cause she's just like, a kid doesn't want to wait at this place. And so, I'm walking around trying to stay active or whatever, and I go sit, and this dude starts talking to me after some people left, because he's like carrying on the conversation that it had with this person to me. I'm like, God, just giving him like, yep, oh wow, crazy, yeah, who would have thunk? That type of stuff. And eventually, I feel like he took the hint and stopped talking to me. But then he started talking to this old crusty Coast Guard vet about stuff, and yeah, it took forever. Being like, yep, we got you a year supply, so you gotta go and refill it every 3 months, and yeah, that's for the old ticker.
Sometimes I run into people when I'm working at the hospital side of the if I'm working at the hospital side of the hospital, sometimes people will talk to me. They'll be bored sitting in their hospital bed. They'll just be like, hey, I used to do...
I haven't talked to anybody in 6 weeks.
But they'll start talking to me. I'll talk back. But, I mean, again, I'm like a social butterfly now, like to people.
Yeah, not me. It's like, I get awkward in social situations, it seems like.
Yeah.
Because I haven't talked to anybody in months.
Yeah, it's
Years, actually. TJ had their baby. Well, he didn't have the baby. His wife had the baby.
Explain who TJ is, because people might.
TJ is one of my dear old friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so he had his baby.
Well, he didn't have his baby. His
His
wife
baby,
had the baby.
Um,
And they named the baby after me. Yeah, the baby has the same middle name as me.
I talked to your cousin Nate about joining the show.
And he said, fuck you, I'm not doing
He said
it.
he would love to come on the show. So,
Yeah, come on the show.
oh man. But anyways, he wants to join us, and I would love to have him on. He could be a permanent co-host, or he could be a guest. I don't really care. But and then I asked TJ, but he never answers his texts. So
Yeah.
he's just I messaged him. I'm like, congratulations, dude, and he's like, oh, thanks. And then I was like, how you been?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, because it was the day that I went to go get my medicine, I think is when they had the baby. Or like super early that morning. He's like, whose number is this? I'm like, I think it's Evan's. And because it's like, it's Evan Bogart. And like, oh, makes sense. But yeah, we talked about that already.
Yeah. So
fuck him, right? If he doesn't remember you.
she doesn't remember me. But I asked TJ, but he hasn't got back to me. So he might be.
I don't count on it.
You won't think he will?
Yeah, I don't count
Don't
on
count on
it.
it. All right. Well, I won't count on it. So I've been looking at houses.
Oh, cool.
I'm
Yeah, good luck finding anything.
Yeah, it's a grim picking. It really is. There's either houses that are way out of my budget, or
Yeah,
there's
like
pieces.
$1.4 million with 60 acres and 17 bathrooms and
I
2 bedrooms.
So I was curious. Like I was like, what is the most expensive house in Ontario County? And all of them are on the lake, Canandaigua Lake.
Yeah.
But there is some houses that are like $7 million in the East Rochester area. And man, if I had the money, I think I would buy something like that. Just
so you know about that 2 billion lotto thing?
Yep.
Right? Like the person came forward, right? Did you hear anything about this at all? Okay, so allegedly, I don't know if it was the person that won it or if it was another person trying to say that their lotto ticket was stolen, right? But I don't think it's the same guy. I think some other schmuck out there is trying to,
just try
take advantage of the person or whatever. But anyway, the person that won the 2 million bought a mansion in Los Angeles, California for like $26 million or something.
Oh my God.
Because he's, he got all this money and doesn't know what to do with it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always looking.
Yeah,
in the greater Ontario County, there's like nothing. It's like, we can't afford anything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's usually houses that are 500,000, and they are houses that are like clones, and or they're pieces of shit that need a lot of work. So
yeah, it's like I can't afford a $500,000 house.
Yeah.
It's like you need to have you need to make like $150,000 a year to get that kind of place.
Yeah, there's
I don't make that much. You'll buy $500 a month.
There's a house right down the street from the elementary school in Bloomfield that
$199,000.
I think so, but it has a piece of property in the back that's an apartment complex. So if you bought the house, you buy the complex too. Oh, it's not a complex. It's like more of a second house. But I was like, man, buy that piece of property, make that big second house into a podcast studio, and rent out the other side.
What would you do with your trailer?
Sell it.
What would you do with the shed? Take it
probably
with you?
Take it with me if I can. I'll probably ask the Amish to take it or have them move it for me because they have all the equipment. But yeah, so I mean, I've been looking, and it's just grim picking. So, but
Yep.
all right. Well, you want to end the show early today?
How long have we been going?
Almost an hour.
Almost an hour, 56 minutes. Yeah, I've run out of stuff to say.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a safe St. Patrick's Day.
But wait, Evan, before you go, chug that beer.
All right. I'll try the beer.
Open that throat up. Yeah. All right. Now, how much dick do you
I
suck?
don't suck any. Until next time, we'll see you on the other side.
Peace out, losers. Oh, wait. Actually,
Yeah.
So, okay, previous episode, did anybody
No,
comment anything to get the free stuff?
No, I don't know. I don't
All right,
know.
people, it's still
It's
up for
still
grabs,
up for grabs.
you know?
You can win the whole merch lineup. The We Podcast from a Shed t-shirt, the logo t-shirt, the logo hoodie, stuff from Dubby. Yeah, so use the Bogart.
So for this week's thing, which you have to put, you gotta you put in a thing at Evan Bogart. How much dick do you suck?
As a t-shirt?
No, that's what they gotta say, and then you collect all those names, who do it, and you hit random selectee, and then boom, that person
Yeah,
wins.
but I don't think you...
And then we'll contact them, like, all right, send us your information, we'll get this out
Well,
to you.
I don't think YouTube has a...
Okay, so what they can put, hey, at Evan Bogart, how much 8 =, capital D, do you suck?
I don't know if we can do that, man. Just write down W666.
Yeah, W666. How much W666 do you suck?
Oh, man. So, all right.
Oh, wait, actually, you know what I want to talk about before
Yeah.
we go? Liquid Death sponsor us. We're minorities. You guys got teas out there. Evan, you've been drinking the teas. Tell them what you
Okay,
think.
so the Armless Palmer, I didn't like it at first, but it kind of grew on me. It doesn't have the sugar like Arnold Palmer has, but yeah. So I mean, it's okay. It's
okay.
It's not the best. It's not like greater than Arnold Palmer or anything like that. But I haven't tried the Reston Peach yet. But
you have a case.
yeah,
don't
I
you?
have a case. I'll probably have one after this and see how it is. But yeah, so until next time, we'll see you on the other side.
All right, peace out, losers. Remember, W666.
This has been a Beer Pirate Radio production.